Hi guys, BSS Central here. Today we are here to talk about course and the deck list that I've been testing for this month. Um, Also, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year because I'm registering right now that is the 27th of December. So I don't know when you will see this video, but anyway, have a nice holiday, guys. Let's start with this list. This is the new purple archetype that has received some supports in BSS03, and also recently has won a Grand Open. So my list is pretty different, but I think that that list is really really good as well. So let's start from four copies of Shasnake, our one of our starters. Um, Good effect when destroyed. Usually we can draw with this effect, and also has cores from level 2 and has really low BP. So from 2 cores until it has a 6 core on it, it has only 2 BP, so 2000 BP. So it's really good for our Meduke and Falun combo. Obviously, 3 Beldigor, because, yeah, one of the best removal in the game. 4 Dragon Egg Assassins, it has a Serpent, it has Curse, it makes us able to draw, so really good card. 3 copy of Lamrak. This is one of the most tricky card that I played, especially for the number of copies of Lamrak to include that I included in this deck. I was really unsure. I started with 2 copies of Lamorak, then I brought it for at 4, then I completely remove it from the deck, and until I can until I find that 3 copies maybe is the best one. Because yeah, it is a 4 cost, so a target for Maldegor. It has a not so terrible effect when destroyed, and also that effect that I allow us to recycle our spirits that dies in attack step, and it happens really often. It's really good, and also maybe really needed in this deck. Same history for Botis. I started with 4 copies, then I brought it to 2, then I remove it from the deck, then I try again 2 copies, and then I realized that maybe 3 copies is the best one. This is not a great card. Yeah, it is a cost 4. It has course from level 1, but the second effect is not so good as it can seem, because it's really slow, and opponents usually can play around it really easily, I think. But anyway, it's not an full card, and I think that 3 copies, 3 or 2 copies is the way. Obviously, 3 Blacklands. Many people says me to brought it to 4 Blacklands, but I think that already played. We already played so many cost 6 or more spirits, so I think that it can become too heavy uh, with 4 Blacklands. Anyway, 3 Blacklands because it is a serpent course draw 2 card. We usually we can discount it really well, so really good card. Baculus, because yes, 3 copies of Falung. This card also I started with 4, then I brought it to 2, then I realized also in this case that 3 copies is a good idea. Also, I have found that the first effect, the when destroyed one, is way more useful than I thought before, because pushes our opponent to make um, suboptimal decisions to remove it or to play around it. So is often really a good, really good effect that mm, just save just save us for a turn, or remove some spirits of our opponent. And obviously, 3 copies of Grand Underworld Trio on Queen Meduke, the real queen. Obviously, I don't have the Pro Tour one, but yeah, I find it really, really cool. So I put it in this deck editor. This is our boss spirit. Anyway, um, it's still a strong card also alone. So this is one of the best win con of the game, in my opinion. And Curse Dragon, because yeah, Baculus Curse Dragon is still a needed combo in purple, I think, also in this type of deck. For Nexuses, I choose 4 Rotting Swamp. Previously, I've tried 3 copies of Swamp and 3 copies of Purple Smoke Valley, but Purple Smoke Valley is still a really good card, but we have to build around it. So we have to play many cards to remove core, and they don't fit well in course deck. So Rotting Swamp is better deck because mm, we will see very often our spirit dying in battle during our turn. So we can use a Rotting Swamp to make really advantages, uh, really good trade that our opponent lose a spirit, we lose a spirit, but we can draw a card. So, and maybe we have draw for the effect of Shazsnake or previously with Dragonaga. So we can make really big advantages with Rotting Swamp. The deal balance, because we play Rotting Swamp and is still a really good removal shield because we don't like to lose. Only one core theft. I tried also 2 of them, especially when I played Purple Smoke Valley, but it's still a really heavy card, not for the costing course, but because we don't have many ways to interact with our trash right now. So this card is a really big cost right now for purple. So yeah, I I think that is pretty needed in every purple deck. At least one core theft, but one more than one, it can risk to become a brick. Spicy choice counter course. I've tried it at 1 until I have seen the list of Grand Open that play that in 2. So I tried to put it in 2 copies. Uh, I didn't use it. I didn't use it. I didn't use it really often because simply I didn't draw it. um, but I think it's a really good card and great surprise for our opponent that usually don't think about this card. Shoot on Prison because it's really useful in both in attack and defense. 2 Burning Force, not Feral Slash because um, in my local many player plays card like Infinity Ship, so Burning Force is better, and also playing Purple and Baculus sometimes using a Burning Force is more useful than set Feral Slash. So I choose Burning Force. And finally, 2 Dream Bomb, always for attack and defense, Nexus removal, uh, really useful card. Let's talk also now about the matchups. We have 3 good matchups and 3 bad matchups, simplifying, obviously. Starting from the good matchups, especially red, white, and blue. Against red, speaking about Nova, Nova is the best matchups ever because we have a pretty good start usually, and Nova really suffers in the first turn of the game, and then also if even Nova regain 5 lives, since we set it up with Meduke, Nova simply can't win against us unless usually from Prison or Dream Bomb, obviously. But anyway, against Meduke, Nova mm, can do can do nothing in my opinion. Pretty more complicated matchups is against red mid range in all its form, with no with Andromeda and Apollidinos, with also King Dragno, or maybe with the Trident Dragon, or only with Andromeda and Apollidinos. Red mid range, we suffer in the early game because usually they can brought us to 2 lives, and if we have 2 lives, and maybe we have a turn that we are pretty weak, because we have someone like Meduke or Falunga, so we have few cores to defense, and uh, they use Storm Prison that usually play in 3 or 4 copies, and we have only 2 spirit on the field. We don't have many direct removal on the spirits. We have only Dream Bomb and Core Theft, and also Burning Force, but Burning Force also only for small spirits. So we have only 2 removals. That is not so good. So if we go in a low life range, we have to be really, really careful about the choice we do in main step against that mid range. But anyway, if we can keep up our lives, we can keep like 3 life. Usually, we can survive and also win that matchups. Thanks, Baldigors, or also um, Duke, and maybe also Falunga. Speaking about white tempo and white aggro usually are not a big problem. White aggro because we play Baldigor and Curse Dragon. White tempo is similar to red mid range, so that if we can afford the early game, unless to go to 2 lives usually, usually we can win pretty easily. White control is even a good matchups. The only bad things is that we can't really playing around Naumonger. We have to kill it because it begins to attacks and then refresh any turn. We are in trouble. But anyway, we can't remove it unless destroying it. So we have to make our opponent get that advantages. But anyway, we can just go with our combo Bakulus Course or Mediuk Falunga, and in general, we have a pretty easy win. Not always, but the matchup is good. Against blue, finally, blue. I have a local where there are many blue players, so I tested it really often. Against blue, we have we don't we have to play around its removal, especially flood stream, because we have cost 2, so we can't offer them the flood stream value. Always the Randolph value to destroy every cost 3 or less, and also we can be in trouble against Gordon and Ansitarina. But anyway, we have many tools that cost like 6, for example, Black Lens and Falunga, especially, that we can simply summon them, and keep the field with them really easily against blue. And also for Meduke, they don't have a really good way to escape against Meduke. For the negative matchups, we can count green, yellow, and purple control. Against green, we are in trouble in the early game, but also in the mid game, because if they played like because if they play like two all round, so uh, they can easily exhaust our Black Lens, our Falung, our Shasnake and Dragonaga, both over our cost 4, and playing around Beldegor in the trash. So we we really we are really in trouble against green and Gale especially. Against token, I played only once, and I win pretty easily. Thanks Curse Dragon and also Meduke. But against Gale is really difficult. I won, I think, only one times, and only thanks to Bakulus Curse combo, because again we are in trouble if we are both to 2 or 3 lives, even three lives against Gale, and we take a Thorn Prison in a bad moment, and simply we lose against Gale. Also because Gale can put on their spirits many cores, so core theft is completely unusable. Against yellow, Luster and Fable Beast, I don't try against Luster. I didn't try against Luster, but I think that they are pretty the same. The base of the deck, also Luster, are only Fable Beast and Blessed. So against Fable Beast in general, we are really in trouble because Meduke is not so great against the yellow, and this is the reason that why I play Bacchus Course, especially for yellow, and also for green, but especially for yellow. And also Falung is not so great. Yeah, uh, the only things that if the yellow player play not so well, so mm, go so like going rushing the game and attacks so much, we can afford it. But if the yellow player play right, so slowly and again drawing with paradise, we can play like 8 or 10 nexus removal like red. So we have to play only 4 of them at maximum. So we can't really manage the wall of nexus of yellow. And the only thing that we can do is wait and try to survive until we have Baculus Curse in the hand, and until they have 2 Game Boo on the field. So we do Baculus Curse on Game Boo, and usually in that situation we have some hopes to win. But anyway, if they are at like 7 lives, we can do that much. Finally, against Purple Control is not a good matchup because the most efficient way to play against Meduke is remove core from it. So Purple Control usually do it so well. Also, we have 2 attacks to make resources, but he usually can simply stay in defense and remove core in the main step. So yeah, against the purple control, we are pretty in trouble. Anyway, now talking about the side. So like I said before, I play also another 2 burning force for yellow and maybe for green, but we all know that against green, nexus removal is not so good because usually they have already used the ramp effect of islands. So burning force is especially for yellow. Same history for fruit stream is another direct removal on spirits. So in some matchups against white control, sorry, against white tempo, red mid range, um Gale and yellow in general, yellow Otherlander, yellow Luster, full stream is really good. I'll play also another Torp Prison in for the matchups that I have more needed to defend myself, and same history for Battle Balance. I play another 1 Bacchus and 1 Curse Dragon to against white, green, and yellow, and also the 2 spices choice, 1 Quetzalcoatl, because I just said I have to um, play against many blue player. So if I lose too many Meduke, too many Falung from mill effects, Quetzalcoatl can make us r- recover that resources. And finally, Pandemium, because is a serpent, so it can target attack with Falung, and also we can play like 4 deadly balance. So Pandemium is a great target for deadly balance, especially if we can make it level 3 with 6 cores. So in general, I have to say that I love this deck list because I love Meduke. I see that I saw that the Grand Open list doesn't play the Baculus course in main, but I played it because I play also in a local that is a best of one format, and I think that we can play a course serpent without Baculus course in a best of one. Maybe in best of three we can uh, take out these cards and put it in the side and remove, for example, Pandemonium and Quetzalcoatl. But for now, I'm pretty good with this backlist. Okay, for this video is all. I recommend you to subscribe, like, share the video, and pick up a comment. Tell me what you think about this decklist. If you have tested the course as well, if you have played some game against that, and your opinions about this decklist. We will see you to the next video. Bye bye and ciao.